lovelies. Thank you for joining me on the I Am Maggie Love channel. And I am Maggie Love, and I'm sure you are loved too. So what we are doing is we are doing a slow, slinky crawl through this book, The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes, to see what wisdom, coals of knowledge, coals of like secret doors to get out of traps, whatever you want to call it. But it's for transforming, okay? So when you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like, and I'd love to hear your positive comments. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so today's chapter, we are in chapter 10. How to create a pleasant atmosphere around us. So we'll be picking up where we left off. So let's see. Okay. With reality viewed in full from the perspective of a cherubic synthesis, it is logical that the redemption of this be our task as well. The various requirements of this assignment are indicated by the events, trials, and relationships with people whom our destiny directs to provoke or inspire us. So listen to this, okay? The various requirements of our assignment here on earth and, henceforth are indicated by the events, trials, and relationships with people whom our destiny directs to provoke or inspire us, right? So whatever's in your path, it's there to help you. It is there for your advantage. The world is taking care of you. Okay, it is possible to conceive in their universal construction that just these people and just these circumstances in their enormous interrelatedness and reciprocal effects crossed our paths accidentally. Okay, so it's possible, but the more that we see the interconnectedness on the universe, this is not about shame or blame or just this direct cause and effect, because actually the more that you know, the less that you know, and you start to realize, wow, how magnificent the universe is, and that there's 6 million rabbit holes to jump down. But one could possibly conceive things are accidental, but let's go on. If we were to examine the character of a person who is the cause of our suffering, whom we fear, condemn, or hate, we can be sure that were we to probe our ego mercilessly and deep psychological excavation, we would acquaint ourselves with every trait within ourselves in hidden, unresolved, disease-forming incubation. Okay, let us hear that again. Whew. If we were to examine the character of a person who is causing our suffering, so I think XYZ did this to me, or, maybe they did, but just hear me out. A person who would cause our suffering, whom we fear, who we condemn or hate, we can be sure that were we to probe our ego mercilessly in deep psychological excavation, we would reacquaint ourselves, so we would become familiar that every trait within ourselves is in hidden, unresolved, disease-forming incubation. So this is the thing, like, once again, I'm always talking about spectrums, right? Because we're somewhere in there. This is not to poop down on somebody or poo-poo down or to trap somebody or block somebody or take on the guilt-shame loop and say, oh, if you were abused or traumatized or hurt in a way, it's your fault. But the thing is, as we come into this life, we are here to experience, we are here to live life experiences. And because of that, we're going to feel, once again, that spectrum, the scale of consciousness. We're going to go from total like apathy, nothing, to total bliss, to joy, to ecstasy, to enlightenment. And there's many frames in between. There's many energetic bands. It's not until we hit 200 in the scale of consciousness, which is courage, that we begin to move up into the higher levels of like being able to love, and from a pure place, being able to experience peace, etc. But it's like below 200, you're just kind of like crawling through the tunnels. And but what's interesting is like anger, I have to go look this up, but anger has a higher vibration than like apathy. Apathy, you're like, oh, I don't want to do shit. But anger, even now, we have to watch what we're doing. We do not just go on an anger rampage, but it's like anger could be the energy that makes you start to feel and makes you inspired to take action to get yourself out of certain situations, or to take that action that you need to take. Like somebody told you you will never be something, and your inner heart, your inner person is saying, no, F you, I will be something. And that anger kind of swells up to say, I'm going to be something. And this is giving me energy to help me spur myself into the next place. But of course, we talked about drinking hatred, drinking jealousy, envy. We do not want to drink anger. Anger is not a town that you want to live in, okay? It's sometimes something you need to feel to get up into the higher vibrations, to feel like courage, and then to get on with life. So we look at this and we learn over time that sometimes people are abused and traumatized very early in life, and you don't want them getting trapped feeling like it's their fault or whatever. The thing about it is we have to accept. It's not saying that, oh, I forgive you and I accept that, oh, that's cool, you did that. No, it's that, okay, this happened and I can't keep sitting and crying in regret. It is making me weak, and it is keeping me from my purpose and from doing what I need to do. So I'm going to get myself off the floor, or I'm going to get myself off the chair, or I'm going to get myself wherever I need to be to get it moving. And I'm going to recognize that, sometimes with abuse, they say that the victim becomes the victor. So basically, whoever experienced this will then later on become that way. That is not true. Like, nothing like, there are so many spectrums in the world, but it's like that's a truth that can be. But also there's a lot of very amazing people who have been victimized and who have learned and have gone out to set the captives free because of their wisdom, and they are aware of things that other people aren't because of their life experience. So just look to see like what trait might be in you, however you may have acquired it. Okay, because there is nothing in the world we fear, merely death lying in wait for us. So we keep getting back to that death, and it's so funny. It's not funny, but it's like this is the fundamental fear that runs through all human beings. I think the more we know, the less we know, and it will definitely be an experience. I have a lot of insights about that, but I would like to do that later. There is nothing we hate as much as the secret weaknesses and deficiencies of our own character. How true is that? How many people relish in their deficiencies of character or their weaknesses? No, and especially in this current society now, no, it's like if you show weakness, you're going to get punked out. So, a lot of people put on this like bravado, this different persona to survive in the world, when inside there's someone different. And our ideas is to shed those things so we can emerge full out in our purpose, in our service, in who we are, because there's no one like you. There are no two snowflakes are the same. No two daisies are the same. No two nothing are the same. Of course, we look like this, so we're resonating. But every single person, you matter, and you came here to bring something a little different spice, a little different nice, a little different punch, 2, 3, 4 up the doors. Okay, so know that you're unique, and this work is so worthwhile figuring out what that uniqueness is and bringing it to the world. Okay, whatever we deem repugnant in others, persecute, attack, or are bored by is our own distorted mirror. Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? Well, it ain't you. It's Snow White, right? It ain't you, stepmother. It's Snow White. Ooh, she didn't like that. So it's like whatever we find repugnant, persecute, attack, or are bored by is our own distorted mirror image. So, guys, I want to challenge you, and I would love for you to stick this in the comments. But try to check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Try to check yourself to see what you deem repugnant. Like, try to just become aware. What you persecute, what you attack, what or who are you bored by? And try to see into your own distorted mirror. Try to track where that's coming from. Where's the root? Just be aware, because it's interesting, because the universe, God, the Holy Spirit, the great spirit in the sky, will start coming in and talking to your heart if you're willing to hear. Okay, as soon as we dissolve this delirious illusion within, the mirror will immediately reflect a softer image. So when you say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the healthiest of all? And they're going to say, you, Maggie. Or they're going to say, you, Sparkle. Or they're going to say, you, Tammy. Or whatever your name is. You, insert name here. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? In mind, heart, body, and spirit. Like, in all things in life. And they're going to say, you. Okay, well, I want to thank you for joining me during this time as we slow crawl through the magic of everyday life. And I hope that you are beginning to see that you are magic in everyday. You are a magical person in everyday life. You harnessed all these gifts that the world is yet to see. And some of you have been already giving your gifts. Let's a millionfold that, okay? And let's light the world on fire in the most positive way. Like, let's help our brothers and sisters in any way you can. Like, maybe have them watch this channel. Like, have them watch the channels that are helping open you and enlighten you. But at the same time, also be careful of people's processes, because some people are just not ready to hear. But if you do see an awakened soul, give them a little hug. Give them a little nudge, because we're all seeking. All right, well, I just hope that you will start to look around and see the magic of everyday life is you. And it's everywhere, because what's in you is everywhere too. So when you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much. And remember, peace in, peace out.